Welcome back to the channel. I go by the name Chosen Spiritual. The name of this video is called Entitlement. So I drew it up and I just need you guys to follow along. In this video, I'm going to talk about the narcissist entitlement, right? So, and I'm talking to God's children. Understand that when you identify with the Heavenly Father, you become His child. See, your identity comes straight from Him, right? So anything that we need in this world, as us being a child of God, we inherit the kingdom. So therefore, any advice, anything that we need tangible, anything that we need to complete us here on this earth, we always go through the Heavenly Father. Just so He can pour in His discernment inside of us. So when we go back to the world, we can see things clearly. And this is very important, that you identify with your Father so He can pour into you wisdom, knowledge, so we can maneuver in this world. Because there's a lot of snakes that's trying to pull you down, that's trying to destroy you. Wolves in sheep clothing is what they say. So, in this video, the narcissist entitlement. See, if you don't know who you are, then the devil will try to claim your life. The devil will try to completely own you. The devil looks at you as property. The devil thinks that you are his child if you don't know who you are. So, dealing with the narcissist entitlement, anytime that we move in our own merit, which is leaving the Heavenly Father out, and we go to the world and we seek advice, we seek help, we seek friendship, relationships, all these things that we desire, in a sense, to feel complete. These things can also destroy us because we're not looking at it from a spiritual sense. We're moving with our own merit, thinking we know what's best for us. So when we get in type of situations, when it comes to these narcissists out here, you have to know who you're dealing with. Because any advice that you get from a covert narcissist, they think that you owe them your life. Anything. It can be advice, something tangible, something small. Anything that you get from the covert narcissist, they feel like they own you. They feel like they're entitled to everything in your life. And that's not the case, because you don't owe anybody nothing, right? You was put in this world by yourself, and you're going to die by yourself. Nobody's going to be in heaven with you and the Heavenly Father. Just you two communicating back and forth on the deeds that you did here on this earth. So, when you come across these covert narcissists, be very careful on the information. Be very careful on advice that you get from these type of people. Because these people will try to hold it over your head for the rest of your life. So as you can see, I drew this up, and I got entitlement, and we got the covert narcissist, and we know that he's ran by the devil. The covert narcissist is holding the list right here. This individual is an empty vessel. We understand that it's nothing there but a demon. The demon digs and loves information so they can take it back to the kingdom of darkness. What they do with that information is that they use that as burden over your head. So any advice that you get from a covert narcissist, they automatically feel like they have ownership over your life. So the list that this individual has in his hand is information as far as advice, things you may borrow from the covert narcissist, or you might even seek help one time from the covert narcissist saying that, hey, I need help with this. Could you help me out with that? Little things, right? And we understand that the covert narcissist has unrealistic expectations. We understand that if they give you advice, they're going to expect 10 times more than what you actually got from them. See, this is what you're dealing with when you come across these covert narcissists. The entitlement. They feel like they are entitled to your life and everything that's in it. So I'm going to tell you a quick story. So my situation dealing with a covert narcissist, a family member. This was back in 2016. I remember I was going to CDL school, and they were in the process of being shut down. The school that I was actually going to at the time wasn't paying their taxes. So the IRS started to come for them. So they were in a position where they were packing up and trying to get out of town. They was trying to avoid a lot of their stuff being confiscated. So this is a truck driving school. So I remember I was the last one to complete the class. I was the last one to go through the process of getting my actual license. They had the equipment. So the day that I was supposed to, or the week I was supposed to actually test out to get my CDL license, they came to me and said, hey, you still have a balance. And I forgot what the total amount was. I paid half of it, and from that point, I was starting to make payments towards it. And they were saying, well, you still got this one more balance left off. And I was like, okay. So I went to the narcissist, which we were supposed to go into business together once I got my license, and then once this individual got his. So we already had this planned out. So when I went to the individual, I asked him, hey, could you loan me this so I can get through this process, so I can get tested out, so I can get my CDLs this week. The IRS is on this company. Cool. Exchange, told him I'll pay him back. Went through the process, got my license that week, paid the class off. Within 2 to 3 weeks, paid the narcissist back with interest, wrote him a check for double, triple the amount that he actually gave to me. This individual didn't ask for it. I just felt like I had to overgive in that type of situation because it was kind of like an emergency. From that point on, the narcissist automatically thought that he had ownership over my whole life. 2 months went by. The covert narcissist wanted my vehicle. He wanted me to give him my vehicle. Unrealistic expectations. Never get any advice, never borrow, never be put in a situation where you need help with something with worldly people, because they're going to come back and feel like they own you. You a slave to them. See, the devil operates the same way. Their children takes on the devil's characteristics. The covert narcissist put interest on top of interest. But it's your soul is what they want. The ownership of your body, your soul, is what they want. From that point on, the individual act like I owe them something for the rest of my life. So anything I accomplish with my license, I always owe the covert narcissist. Even if you pay these individuals off double, triple on whatever they gave to you, it's never ending. They're going to want more and more and more and more, because you're dealing with a demon. Once the demon go inside the covert narcissist, it's a never ending cycle, because you're feeding that demon. That demon thinks it has power over you, from getting advice, from borrowing money. They think that they own you. The devil the same way. So when you in sin of the world, the devil think he has ownership over you. See, the covert narcissist and the devil go hand in hand. The covert narcissist is just a vessel. The devil is the spirit that inhabits the actual vessel. And they pull energy from the righteous, from you. So now they will put burdens on your life. Now they feel like anything that you accomplish by yourself, just by them helping out a small amount, they feel like you owe them your car, your house, your soul. They want access to your bank accounts. Whatever raise you get at the job, they want 10% of that. These are unrealistic expectations of the covert narcissist. This is how these people operate. So never move on your own merit, because you will constantly be in a hole dealing with these type of individuals. These are not humans you're dealing with. These are demons. Right? These individual has entitlement issues. They feel like they own you. So when you come across these individuals, you have to be very careful. Never take advice from a covert narcissist. Never exchange anything tangible from a covert narcissist. Never go into a business partner or even a relationship with a covert narcissist, because they're going to feel like they own you. The demon inside them feel like they own God's children. See, the covert narcissist, we know, can't produce anything. Everything they do, they copy. So they looking to latch on to whatever you have. So anything that you earn right here, the work you put in, is the work you get. See, the covert narcissist is never going to focus on their life. They're always going to focus on what you have. They feel like this is theirs too. Remember, I helped you out in 8th grade. Remember, I gave you my lunch in 1996. Remember, I gave you my lunch. So now, 10, 15, 20 years later, Whatever you make at the job is mine also. This is how they're wired. This is their thinking. They won't even put any work. No work at all. But they feel entitled to what you have. Why is that? Because you're dealing with a demon. The demon is sucking you dry. The demon has to hook on to something righteous in order for them to live. That's why they're so codependent. They need people around to make them feel like they're some type of God. See, it's an image that they try to portray in the city. Like they got things together. But they're using the people around them to inflate their ego. This is what you're dealing with. So as God's children, never move on your own merit. Always go through the Most High for everything. So he can put the spirit of discernment inside of you so you can see these people for who they are. These are Satan's children that you're dealing with. They don't think like the righteous. That whole list is inside the covert narcissist. The demon carries that information back to the kingdom of darkness. Then they take it back to the devil. And the devil say, my covert narcissist son, they owe you your life. That's not the case. You don't owe anybody nothing. The work you put in is the work you get out of life. The covert narcissist, it doesn't register in their brain like that. They use people to get where they need to get in life. This is what we're dealing with, right? A whole society of people just like this, using people to get where they need to get in life as tools, as property. These are the devil's children, right? These are corrupt individuals. So be very careful. Be very vigilant. Be sober when you're dealing with these type of individuals. Because any small, minute, any little thing, they feel like you owe them. Right? I gave you $10 worth of gas 20 years ago. I heard you got that raise at that job. You owe me a piece of that. This is how they think. Small little things, and they want your whole life. Unrealistic expectations is what we're dealing with. So be very careful on the help that you get from these people. Advice, anything. You better off just struggling. You better off just waiting till the Most High give you direction. Never put yourself in a rush. Go a different route. Because anytime you're dealing with these type of individuals, they are a nightmare. Because if you don't give them what they want from you, then they're going to slander you to other people. They're going to steal your clothes. They're going to take it back to a witch doctor. They're going to get something out of you. This is how these individuals work. They will make your life a living hell. So this is what you're dealing with when you're dealing with these type of people. Entitlement issues. They feel like they are entitled to your life. Everything that you have. You can have a pair of shoes in the closet. Those are my shoes. This is how they act. Those are my clothes. You're dealing with big toddlers. You cut these people off quickly as possible. This is the quick video that I want to come through. Is the covert narcissist entitlement issues. God bless you.